be. Have you ever wondered how that cozy wool sweater you love so much came to be? Or how a sheep's fluffy fleece is transformed into the colorful yarn you see in craft stores? It's a fascinating journey, a blend of ancient tradition and modern technology that turns raw wool into a beautiful, versatile material. Today, we're going to dive deep into the world of wool yarn production, exploring every single step from the sheep's back to the finished skein. So, grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's unravel the story of wool. Our story begins in the pasture, with a flock of sheep grazing peacefully. The very first step in making wool yarn is shearing. This is the process of carefully cutting the fleece off the sheep. It's usually done once a year, typically in the spring, to help the sheep stay cool during the warmer months. Shearing is a highly skilled job. A professional shearer can remove the entire fleece in one continuous piece, almost like peeling an orange. They work quickly and with great precision to ensure the sheep is unharmed and stays as calm as possible. It's a bit like getting a haircut, and once it's done, the sheep are lighter, cooler, and ready to grow a new coat for the next winter. The raw fleece, fresh off the sheep, is called greasy wool because it contains a natural waxy substance called lanolin, along with dirt, sweat, and bits of vegetable matter like grass and twigs. Now that we have the raw fleece, it's time for a good wash. This stage is called scouring. You can't just toss the wool into a washing machine. The scouring is a carefully controlled process designed to remove all the impurities without damaging the delicate wool fibers. The wool is gently washed in a series of warm water baths with special detergents. These detergents are formulated to break down the lanolin and lift away the dirt and grime. The lanolin that's removed isn't wasted, by the way. It's a valuable byproduct, used in a wide range of cosmetics and skincare products because of its amazing moisturizing properties. After several rinses, the wool is clean, fluffy, and much lighter than before. It's then carefully dried, either by air drying on racks or using industrial dryers that control the temperature to prevent shrinkage or damage. Once the wool is clean and dry, the fibers are all jumbled up and pointing in different directions. The next step, carding, is all about getting them organized. Think of it like brushing tangled hair. Carding untangles the wool and aligns the fibers so they all run in roughly the same direction. Traditionally, this was done with a pair of handheld paddles covered in fine wire teeth, called hand carders. Today, large-scale production uses massive machines called carding engines. These machines have huge rollers covered in a surface of tiny wire points. As the wool passes through these rollers, the fibers are gently pulled and separated, transforming the clumpy mass into a fine, airy web. This web is then divided into soft, continuous strands called slivers, or, if it's a bit more twisted, roving. The carding process is crucial for creating a smooth, even yarn later on. For very fine, high-quality yarns, an additional step called combing is sometimes used. Combing is more intensive than carding and removes the shorter fibers, leaving only the longest, most uniform fibers behind. This results in a yarn that is incredibly smooth, strong, and lustrous, known as worsted yarn. Now we're at the heart of the process, spinning. This is where the real magic happens, turning the soft, fluffy roving into strong, usable yarn. Spinning is essentially the process of drawing out the fibers and twisting them together. The twist is what gives the yarn its strength. Without it, the fibers would just pull apart. For centuries, this was done with a simple tool called a spindle, or later, on a spinning wheel. The spinner would feed the roving with one hand while turning the wheel with the other, simultaneously drafting the fibers and adding twist. The speed of the wheel and how quickly the fibers are drawn out determines the thickness and character of the yarn. Modern spinning mills use enormous automated spinning frames that can spin hundreds of threads at once with incredible speed and consistency. There are different types of spinning methods, like ring spinning and open-end spinning, each producing a yarn with slightly different characteristics in terms of softness, strength, and texture. The amount of twist is also important. A yarn with a low twist, known as a soft spun yarn, will be softer, while a yarn with a high twist will be stronger, denser, and more durable. After spinning, we have what's called greige yarn, which just means it's in its natural, undyed state. While the natural creams, grays, and browns of wool are beautiful on their own, Many people love vibrant colors. So, the next step is dyeing. Dyeing can happen at several different stages. Sometimes the raw wool is dyed right after scouring, before it's even carded. This is called stock dyeing, and it results in a very deep, uniform color. Other times, the yarn is dyed after it's been spun, which is what we're talking about here. The yarn is wound into large loops called hanks to ensure the dye can penetrate all the fibers evenly. These hanks are then immersed in large vats of dye. The dyes can be natural, derived from plants, insects, or minerals, or they can be synthetic, which offer a vast and consistent range of colors. The yarn is heated in the dye bath to help the fibers absorb the color. The dyer can create solid colors, or they can use special techniques to create multicolored yarns, like hand painting the hanks with different dyes or using resist dyeing techniques to create patterns. After dyeing, the yarn is rinsed thoroughly to remove any excess dye and then dried once more. We're almost at the finish line. The final stage is all about finishing and preparing the yarn for sale day. After dyeing and drying, the yarn might need a little more attention to look its best. One important step is setting the twist. When yarn is spun, energy is stored in the twist, and if it's not set, the yarn can be lively or tend to untwist on its own. To set the twist, the hanks of yarn are often steamed or washed in warm water, and then weighted down as they dry. This relaxes the fibers and locks the twist in place, making the yarn stable and easy to work with. Once the twist is set, the yarn is wound from the large hanks into the forms you're familiar with. Neat balls or skeins. Winding is often done on machines that measure the exact length or weight of the yarn for each ball, ensuring consistency for the consumer. Finally, a label is added, providing all the important information: the fiber content, the weight and length, the recommended needle size, and the washing instructions. And there you have it. From a sheep's fleece to a beautiful ball of yarn, ready for your next project. It's a process that has been refined over thousands of years, a testament to human ingenuity and our relationship with the natural world. Each step, shearing, scouring, carding, spinning, dyeing, and finishing, is essential for creating the high-quality wool yarn we know and love. It's a labor of love that combines artistry with technical skill. So, the next time you pick up a skein of wool, take a moment to appreciate the incredible journey it has taken to get to you. It's so much more than just thread. It's a piece of history, a touch of nature, and the start of your next creative adventure. Thanks so much for joining me on this deep dive into wool production. I hope you found it as interesting as I do. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. Let me know in the comments what you love to make with wool yarn. Until next time, happy crafting.